Hello, my name is Noé, and today we're going to see how to create a purchase order and the components of the document. So, in the first place, we just need to open the tell me what you want to do function, which is the magnifying glass here in the top. Let's click on there and then input the following keyword, purchase order. So here we have the option to create a new purchase order from scratch, which you can just click on it. And then also the list of purchase orders that you have created. So for instance, if I click on the list, immediately I'm going to see what we call our back order with the status open on release or release. Very important for this type of documents. Let's just review then the process. When I create a new purchase order, let's just click on new in the top. Then this is going to show us then the general information, or in this tab where we can actually maximize by clicking on show more. And then we are going to see all the general information from this PO and the header. So the first thing we need to do is just input the vendor. We can just click on select from full list to see all the vendors that we have. From here we can, for instance, select the type of code that we have. So I have vendors that start with B. They have some meaning for me. We can actually set it up for you. So different vendors have different vendor numbers. Or quite interesting, you can of course look for the description, or even I just recall that some of my vendors were in Atlanta, for instance. So if you type the keyword, then all our vendors from Atlanta will be then just filtered, right? So the idea is to select the actual vendor while we do a negotiation, let's say, and immediately all the information will be recalled from the vendor card. So we have the address, we have the contact number, the contact will be Toby Roth. So all this information related to, I don't want to change it, related to the actual purchase we are about to do, the posting date, and according to this payment terms for the Wildwood Importers vendor, we need to pay in 1 month if we purchase now, let's say. So that's the idea of the first date that we are about to review, which is the document date, when you are creating this document. Then in the second section, then we are going to be able to insert what we want to purchase. Normally would be items, but as well we can insert a GL account for expenditures, resources, fixed assets, and charge items. The GL account is just posting directly into the specified GL account you desire. The item resources are internal machinery or people that you want to create. Fixed assets will be for managing, let's say, a car, laptop, and then link it to the fixed asset module. And the charge item, meaning is an additional expenditure that we add to the actual purchase, let's say freight, let's say insurance, or something like that. So next step is to insert an item. We can as well look for the list of items if we click on select from full list, but I'm about to purchase a chair, so I want to only filter by the keyword, and immediately all the chairs that I have in my demo environment will appear. Okay, so with this I will be just selecting one of them, and this is how then we insert a line. And then, very important, look for the warehouse. We have different warehouses that we have created where you will be receiving all this inventory you're about to purchase. So the idea is that now we just insert quantity, and this is why we do the actual negotiation. So in this moment, you need to check the direct unit cost, which is 150 plus taxes, okay? Unit cost. And then we have the total of this line, 1,503, okay? Then if we just go down below, we are going to be able to see the currency, very, very important, of this purchase, and then the total with taxes. So this is the line for taxes, right? So once we have this, we can say that we have other processes. We can rearrange an approval workflow. We can add attachments for that workflow. This is urgent. So let's say that as well you have notes, right? Attachments. You can actually, let's say, attach, let's say, a budget or any file that you have from your own drive. Immediately we just can, look for that document to be on that purchase. So once you do that, the idea is that we just send a request for approval if necessary, right? And the vendor invoice number. Nice. So once we do this, oh, this invoice already exists. The thing is that at some point the vendor will arrive, right? And the process will be then just started. So for me, I have requested the approval workflow. And then let me just give you an insight into the statuses so you can understand what they mean. So when you are creating your PO, like I was negotiating with this whiteboard importers vendor, my status was open, meaning that I'm still creating this PO. Once I finish that, the second status will be release, right? Then the release status means that this PO is ready and the warehouse clerk will be waiting for the items to be received. So releasing means that you are already finished and then the other processes can continue. In this case, before doing that, I will be requesting an approval and I will approve by myself this PO. And let's see how the status now changed to release. For this matter, for the workflow, normally somebody will approve by checking the information, the unit cost, the quantity, the total, the currency, etc., etc. So if it is good, then we are good to go. For now, as well, since I'm an administrator, I will be doing the second step, which is the reception. We have requested 10 units, as you can see here in the lowest part. So that's what I that's what I hope that I can just receive, right? But in order to indicate how many units you will be receiving, here we have a quantity to receive, and then you can indicate how many units arrive. Okay, very important. Always indicate only the units you are receiving. Actually, this is done by the warehouse clerk, right? But remember, we are just learning, and well, let's just do it right now. I'm just gonna click on post. I'm an administrator. I can just receive by myself and I have the rights to do so. Maybe you won't, but don't worry. The idea is that you learn today about the process. So we have the reception of these 5 units that I have indicated. And immediately you're gonna see that the quantity received is currently 5. So if you don't have these columns, please click on the icon in the top and click on personalize. The personalize option, which is here, that is just going to appear in the top where you need to click more. Once you click on more and fields, well, that's exactly the idea. Which fields you would like to include in this area, right? And here, look at this. We have different the unit of measure, unit cost, line, discount. Okay, why not to offer a discount in this very moment? And then next to the amount, why not? And you see how I'm just dropping the different fields into the place where I want it to be, and then click on done. Please look at the video just in case you need to actually just do so with more detail. But still, the quantity to receive is still 5, and then the quantity, at least for now, is 10. The idea is that if I want to invoice now, I could just click on pause. This is the last step, and then just invoice. Okay, that's the second step. So this is going to connect with finance the amount you need to pay to the vendor. But which amount? Well, in this moment, only for the 5 units you have received. We cannot invoice more than we have just received. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to click OK. And I want to see the invoice that was generated to analyze a little bit. But here we are in our PO. Now we have quantity receive 5 and quantity invoice 5. Good. Now, what if I want to just look at the actual documents? Here we can just go to the order menu. We have a 3-way matching. Here, what you have receipts in the receipts, and then what you have invoice or indicated that needs to be paid, okay, in the invoices section. So let's just go and review both. Here I have the receipts. Then I'm going to click on the actual document that starts with 10 because we can have more than one reception. And the idea of the posted purchase receipt is just basically that we have just an item that is now in the main warehouse, 5 pieces, and the unit of measure code is very important, and the receptions, right? The reception dates. Very, very important. The warehouse clerk, this is the document they will be seeing. They can see that this is urgent to receive, but they cannot see the discounts or taxes or any information like that, okay? They just see this is a simplified document only containing the information that the warehouse clerk needs to see. On the other hand, we might need to now check the invoice, and then I'm going to click on the invoices list for this PO only. So this view is filtered only to review the invoices. In this case, the one that starts with 1082. Okay, and then the whiteboard importers purchase invoices here. It basically contains what we have invoiced. We are indicated that we have already received 5 units. Okay, this is coming from a PO, okay, from a purchase order, right? So it's very important to understand that some invoices can be prepared by accountants, only contain GL accounts or other stuff, but this one contains the order, the original order number, and then whatever you have purchased will be appearing here, and the quantity that must be now paid to this vendor. So thank you very much, and see you in the next video.